All right, so this is the position piece called At the Ball. And with this piece, we start mixing up all the positions. So I want you to look through. We start off in fourth position, and then we go to second position, and then first position, and then back to fourth. And that's the first line. Then you go back to first, and you go to second at the end. The third line starts in first position, and then goes to fourth, and then back to first, and then to second, and then back to first. And then the last line starts off in first, goes to fourth, back to first, and then to second. So there's no third position in this one, but it definitely involves more positions than we've done before. So as always, when you're learning a new piece, the first step should be to try to get the notes. So I'm going to work through the first line with you like I would do it if I was practicing a new piece on my own. And I'd like you to go through the steps with me, pausing after each one to practice it a few times until you're comfortable with that step. And then you'll go on and do the rest of the lines the same way, either that day if you have more time and want to spend more time on it, or on the other days of the week. And then once you do all the lines, then you can work on putting it together. The first two together, the last two together, and then all four together. All right, so we're going to start at the beginning in fourth position. So the first note is a G, and then you're going to second position. So it's a G and then a D. So you can listen to that. It's a G and then a D. So hopefully you can hear those pitches ringing, and that's how you're going to know you're in the right place. And then it's an open D, so you can check it again. And then an E, D, C natural, because there's no C sharp in the key signature. And then first position B, and then C, and then you're going to switch to fourth position. You'll see there's two little notes. Those are called grace notes, and they just happen right before the next note is played. So you can just do it really quick. It should almost sound like you played the wrong note and then went back and fixed it. So that's the first line. So looking at the rhythms, we have 2 quarter notes in this line. Otherwise, everything is eighth notes. So you want to start off slow enough that you can play it, but pay attention to the rhythm. So when you do have a quarter note, you hold it twice as long as the eighth notes. At this point, you don't want to add the slurs in until you get faster, because there's a lot of long slurs in here, and so it's not going to work if you're playing it at a slow practice tempo. So we're just still going to focus on the notes, but add in the rhythm. So we'll start on beat 3, and we'll say 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 try to get that a little faster, so maybe pause it now and practice it until you can get it a little faster. So ideally, we want to be pretty close to the marked tempo, which, I don't know what I did with my metronome, but which is, if you have a metronome, you can set it to 120, which will give you the pace that we are looking for. So let's see what that sounds like. A little trick is if you have a clock that ticks in your house, that clock is going to be ticking at 60. So if you're looking for a tempo of 120, that'll be a half note listening to the clock tick. So that's actually 4 beats in a measure. So if we do this, 1, 2, 3, 1. So that's pretty fast, because that's a quarter note. So if we think of ands, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and da 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 da. That's pretty fast. So maybe not worry about getting it quite that fast. But just work on getting it fast enough that you could do a whole measure of slurs, because that's what we're going to have to do. So let's do 1 and 2 and 3 and... The rhythm in this one is a little funky. It doesn't really sound like it should be in 3. It sounds like it should be in 2. So just really try to count those ands and you'll get it right. Okay. So now if we add the slurs, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. So that's the speed that we're looking for. So let me play the whole thing for you so you can hear it, but I do want you to practice each line individually until you really feel like you've got it. 1 and 2 and... So we go back to the Alright, so that's the whole piece. You'll notice on the 3rd and 4th line that the bowing is a little funky, so you're going to do a smooth slur of 3 notes and then 3 up bows in a row. Alright, good luck!